59 words to improve your vocabulary.
Hapless. The hapless traveler got lost in the city despite having a map. Unlucky, unfortunate. Betroth. They were betrothed on her birthday with a promise to marry within the year. To promise to marry. Deviate. Plans had to deviate from the original due to unforeseen circumstances. To depart from an established course. Immoral. His decision was amoral, lacking a sense of right or wrong. Lacking in moral sensibility. Reprisal. They feared reprisal if they were to speak out. An act of retaliation. Bombastic. His bombastic speech was full of grand words, but little substance. Pompous or inflated in language. Consensus. The team reached a consensus after hours of discussion. General agreement or collective opinion. Egregious. The judge described the offense as egregious. Outstandingly bad. Shocking. Gargantuan. They faced a gargantuan task of cleaning the stadium after the concert. Enormously large or extensive. Scance. She looked askance at the strange proposal. With suspicion, distrust, or disapproval. Supervene. Complications supervened after the surgery, requiring further intervention. To occur as an unexpected or extraneous development. Hone. He honed his writing skills over the years to become a prolific author. To refine or perfect over time. Tilth. The farmer was proud of the tilth of his soil. The physical condition of soil in terms of its suitability for farming. Assess. The committee met to assess the impact of the new policy. To evaluate or estimate the nature, ability, or quality of. Camaraderie. The camaraderie among the team members made them strong competitors. Mutual trust and friendship among people who spend time together. Material. The fact was immaterial to the judge's decision. Unimportant under the circumstances. Sumptuous. They dined on sumptuous dishes that were fit for a king. Splendid and expensive looking. Accusation. The accusation of theft took everyone by surprise. A charge or claim that someone has done something illegal or wrong. Reflexible. His thoughts were reflexible, always able to adapt to new information. Capable of being bent backwards or reflected. Evolve. The company's marketing strategies have evolved significantly over the last decade. To develop gradually, especially from a simple to a more complex form. Metonymy. The White House stated is an example of metonymy, where a place stands for the administration. An item or concept that is referred to by the name of a closely associated thing or concept. Insistent. She was insistent that the meeting be rescheduled for Tuesday. Insisting or demanding something, not allowing refusal. Carrion. Vultures are known to feed on carrion. Dead and rotting flesh. Inefficacious. The medication proved inefficacious, leading to a search for alternative treatments. Not effective. Syllabic. The poem was written in a precise syllabic structure, relating to or consisting of a syllable or syllables. Gradient. The gradient of the hill was steep enough to tire out most cyclists. A rate of inclination. A slope. Vegetative. After the accident, he was in a vegetative state, unresponsive to his environment. Relating to growth or vegetation. Inactive. Repartee. His quick repartee always livened up the gatherings. Conversation marked by quick, witty comments. Malefactor. The detective vowed to catch the malefactor by the week's end. A person who commits a crime or some other wrong. Vertigo. Standing on the edge of the cliff, she felt a sudden vertigo. A sensation of spinning or whirling around and losing one's balance. Compendium. She published a compendium of her articles on ancient history. A collection of concise but detailed information about a particular subject. Chasm. The chasm between the rich and the poor has been widening. A deep fissure in the earth, rock, or another surface. Integral. Water is integral to the survival of all known forms of life. Necessary to make a whole complete, essential or fundamental. Palette. The artist chose a palette of warm, earthy tones for the landscape. A range of colors or qualities. Superfluous. His speech was filled with superfluous details. Exceeding what is sufficient or necessary, extra or unnecessary. Fitful. The fitful wind made it difficult to sleep. Occurring irregularly or intermittently. Vulgarity. His speech was filled with vulgarity, shocking the audience. Behavior, language, or ideas that are offensive, common, or lacking in good taste. Discontinuance. The discontinuance of the project left many employees unemployed. The act of discontinuing or stopping something. Intuitive. She had an intuitive understanding of people's emotions. Using or based on what one feels to be true even without conscious reasoning. Apex. The mountain climber finally reached the apex of the peak. The top or highest part of something, especially one forming a point. Inconceivable. The idea of life on other planets was once inconceivable. Not capable of being imagined or grasped mentally. Pitiful. The dog's pitiful whining broke my heart. Evoking or deserving pity or compassion. Courageous. The firefighter showed courageous bravery in the face of danger. Brave, not deterred by danger or pain. Alternative. He presented an alternative plan for the project. One of two or more available possibilities. Broach. She decided to broach the subject of their relationship. Raise a sensitive or difficult subject for discussion. Census. The government conducted a census to count the population. An official count or survey of a population. Misrepresent. The advertisement misrepresents the quality of the product. Give a false or misleading account of the nature of something. Retrench. The company had to retrench its workforce due to financial difficulties. Reduce costs or spending in response to economic difficulty. Citizenry. The rights of the citizenry are protected by the Constitution. All the citizens of a particular place. Menagerie. The zoo had a diverse menagerie of animals from around the world. A collection of wild animals kept in captivity for exhibition. Mendacious. The politicians' mendacious statements were exposed by the media. Not telling the truth, lying or dishonest. Pre-engage. He was pre-engaged with other commitments and couldn't attend. Engage or occupy beforehand. Attain. She worked hard to attain her goals. Succeed in achieving. Hubris. His hubris led to his downfall. Excessive pride or self-confidence. Viscid. The paint had become viscid after being left out in the sun. Having a glutinous or sticky consistency. Fissure. A deep fissure split the rock in two. A long, narrow opening or line of breakage, especially in rock or earth. Bight. The ship was anchored in a sheltered bight. A curve or recess in a coastline or river. Rancor. Despite their differences, there was no rancor between them. Bitterness or resentfulness, especially when long-standing. Indolent. His indolent attitude towards work often got him into trouble with his boss. Wanting to avoid activity or exertion, lazy.
Recommend this to a friend and watch again.